When feeding good doers, unfortunately we may have to restrict the amount that they have in order to manage their weight. First and foremost, we want to choose the most appropriate forage for them and the lowest calorie one available so that hopefully we can feed more. If this isn't possible, we may have to restrict them to 1.5% of their body weight on a dry matter basis in order to reduce their overall calorie intake and manage their weight. This is the absolute minimum that we would recommend feeding. When feeding smaller amounts of forage, one of the challenges is keeping our horses and ponies occupied for as long as possible, and so we've got a few tricks and tips here to help you achieve that. One of the options that we have for slowing down hay intake is to actually use a small holed hay net. Smaller holes means that it's harder for the horse to get the forage from the net, and it extends the amount of eating time. Where possible, we would recommend dividing your forage ration into several small nets around the stable to encourage foraging activity and keeping your horse occupied for longer. Another option we have for slowing the rate of hay intake, which can be especially useful if your horse is out in something like a wood chip paddock or a no grass area, is something like one of these hay balls, because this also encourages a little bit of movement and activity when your horse is extracting the hay from the ball. When using something like Dengie Hi-Fi Light as a hay replacer, there are a couple of tricks that we can use to extend eating time. Put something like a ball in the bucket. Anything that the horse has to manipulate around can help to extend eating time. Also, you can actually spread the Hi-Fi Light out in a bigger bucket, or perhaps even on rubber matting if you have it in your stable, so that the horse can't take such big mouthfuls all at once. When feeding good doers, a spring balance is an essential piece of kit. You should always be weighing your forage in an attempt to restrict calorie intake and keep your horse at a healthy weight.